Good evening, Theodora. Theodora. Good evening, people. Good evening. How are you doing? First reminder. I think I've said it quite a few times. There is a copy of Rogue Trader that I'm giving away. It's hidden in one of the episodes before this. If you find it, follow the instructions. You would be the first one will be given a copy. We will see who actually gets it. Anyhow, let's continue here. I would like to order the shipping and transportation of some goods. So I can do this. Can I actually... You're already maxed? Okay. Opticon? Already maxed? Okay. Kaspalakin? Not really maxed yet. To be fair, I don't really think... Ah! Warp Surge. Warp Surge is one of the things we actually want, don't we? Put that on... put that on... Hedrex, and then you have something going. Red Crystal. The Navigator's first attack... Navigator first... Attacking Navigator turn... first use of attacking Navigator per turn does not set cooldown plus damage. Okay, that's actually something as well. Fellowship. Haven't had a naval battle. Okay. Risa, what do you have? That is actually good. That is actually good. So we need 3,000. Yay. Great, but yep, no, we just want to wait. Okay. The plan was...
The high factotum Janris Danroke greets you with a cool smile and the merest hint of a bow.
Pleasure to see you, Lord Captain. How? I will show you our sparring chambers at once.
Okay. I'm going to do this because I'm just tired of it right now. Back and forth. With the new talents that came with the patch today, you might actually be able to get few. There's new combos and stuff like that, specifically with Cybermastiff. Pretty much Overseer getting more and more abilities. But I am at the phase now. I do not care anymore. It's decent, but I just want to have a better build. Fuck, I can't actually reset that. Okay. Too bad. Whenever the target an ally. You know what? We're taking move. We're taking move. I think that is going to be better. Taking, where is it? Where is it? Instant retribution, don't care about that. Dual weapon. Character with a second weapon, yeah. An additional attack with a second, suffer no penalty. Whenever it uses an ability on an ally, the ally gain bonus to rear perception, ballistic skill by 4. The bonus stack, but half of the stacks rounded up. Okay. Whenever the officer makes an attack, they gain 5 fellowship until the end of combat. Okay, yeah. The officer uses... Undotted, watch yourself, move, gain. Okay. Commerce. Finance hour gains 1 bonus. During the extra turn, all their non-attacking ability costs -1. Gain temporary HP. Gains more bonuses. During the turn, deal officer. Okay, yeah. I thought you could actually switch which one you picked, and that's kind of why I went with the thing I went with, or did a respec. This will work as well, honestly. Just for the simple fact that we have new talents, so let's actually make use of them. Lasting impression. Grant action point to an ally. The gain. CC needs all allies with the voice of command deal for them return. Voice of command. Bring it down. Get back in the fight. Hailing steel. All stacks from them should be lost. They become 11. Okay, yeah. Orders blood. Focus. Officer use an ability on an ally. Ally gain bonus. Whoever officer targets an ally with an action, the ally's resolve increase. End of the turn. This effect and it's prolonged until the end. Officer high resolve, yeah. Ally under the effect of officer's ability gain bonus to their weapon skill equal to 8 and will deal 5+ more damage on attacks of opportunity until the officer's next turn. Yeah. Combat addict, spare magazine. Deal more damage. Okay, so I can pick the second one. I can pick the second one. So. That's annoying that you can't actually pick your other stuff. So, do I want to go Overseer into Servo Skull to actually make use out of that to more extreme level? The officer combos a lot better off that. Or do I want to go Master Tactician? Familiar control, adaptability, support, focused attacks. I don't want grand strategist, honestly. You know what? We're going this. We're going this. Inspire. Yep. Gain equal to the targets. Yep. More AP. Ballistic skill. Ballistic skill. Deal 12% damage to target with less than 15. No. Works as it's 5 stacks more. What's a tactician marks an enemy? If the enemy is killed by one of the Master Tactician's ally in the beginning of the Master Tactician's turn, they gain. Hello, Drex. Resolve. Allies resolve. Master Tacticians suffer direct damage and resets the cooldown on Linchpin, Inspire, Strong Point. It is press advantage we actually care about. That doesn't reset it. How are you doing today? Okay. Master Tactician gain 1 tactical advantage for every hit they score on enemies. Yes. Imperium lore. Fellowship. Each Fortress Run character gains 1 stack for each shot they made during the round. You do that, I think. Specify all enemies hit by mouse tactician gain. Ally coordinates. Item. Whenever master tactician or tactician's ally uses consumables. Okay. Is this romance mode running? Lord of the Fallen co-op with my micro. What is Lord of the Fallen? It's... Oh, okay. I presume it's the 2023 now one and not the 2014 one. I just presume so. Looks really cool. Is that a Dark Souls roguelike? Every critical hit scored by the monster tactician grant momentum equal to works up to 3 times. Okay, yeah. Can be a roguelike. Nice. Don't care about that. Don't care about that. Don't care about that. Commerce. Fellowship. Can be used multiple times per game. Suppressive fire. All enemies hit by the monster tactician. Okay. Whenever an ally grants the monster tactician a stack at advantage, they also heal. Spends advantage on abilities. The critical damage on the master tactician is increased by 1. Oh yeah, we're getting that. Are we going willpower or toughness? Willpower or toughness? I think we're going willpower, honestly. Okay, so now we get here. Bolter weapon proficiency we want. Linchpin. Nerves of steel. Whenever attack. Gain momentum. No. Using medkit on ally under the effect of most sufficient archetype ability heals target additional wounds. No. We are. Whenever Master Tactician heals an ally, they gain 1 resolve. Not in this game, it's the next one. That's the advantage. Oh, yeah, no. That will just. Yeah, no, that's great. Don't bait me. To be fair, there is no Ogrins in Rogue Trader. The game they have announced, they made a sequel to this, actually has an Ogrin companion. It's probably not a female Ogrin. It's an Ogrin, though. You take the small battles and you win that. So... What was the joke? Female Ogrins are as common as female dwarves? Inspire. Which one is Inspire? That one is... No, that one is Inspire. Okay, so that is 5 damage. No, undisputed. Unwavering motion. Combat addict, I don't care about. I do care about Bolt Expert. Okay, so that is that. Okay, so we can pick up Bolt Expert over here. At this point, I think it's great. Yep. So no female dwarves. Yeah, no female dwarves have bigger. Yep. Okay, so we pick up toughness here. And then we pick up Imperium lore here. Linchpin uses 1/4 instead. Linchpin is that one. Reliance. All allies have a 20%. Whenever an ally grants Master Tactician a stack of Tactical Command, it also heals 1 wound for every stack granted. Yep. I have 2 finished Mecha drops. Yeah, you do that. Do that. Okay, so we're now here. Tough willpower? Yeah, let's stack willpower. Willpower? Yeah, sure. And here we take Bolt Weapon Expert. Yep. 1 random ally makes 2 attacks on the volley. Yep. Okay, so goodbye, Birdie. Yep. Goodbye, Birdie. No more Birdie. Okay, do I need to re-equip you with bolt weapons and stuff like that? No, I do not. You're already decently set up. Okay, great. Yeah. 18% damage there and stuff like that. Okay, yeah, fair enough. What was it we were going to do? What was it we were going to do? We've just respec our character, that's all we've done today. And I'm a bit miffed off. The Void Shrine, Astropathic Chapel. Let's take a look here. So, quests, we have Nourished, Genetic, Corrupted, Geonova.
The cult of the Nourishers, tainted with genetic corruption, was discovered on the planet G7.
G7, okay. Throne Room. Okay, so that's when we start that quest. And mutant is hiding in reputation. Okay, yeah, no. Okay, so let's go and hunt down mutants from all over the fucking place then. We need to clean out the mutant taint that is the gene stealers on this system. Okay, so we should have... Yeah, we have a quest there. And we also have a quest over there. That's what we need to take care of. Nothing here, nothing here. That there. That's still rumor. Okay, so let's head here. Okay. Requires our...
Lord Captain, the Lex mechanics assigned to the Astropathic Chapel are reporting a significant drop in our communications potential. This may be a consequence of the telepathic ritual in which your lordship deigned to participate. The enforcers report that the choir master asked for an audience with the Lord Captain and has since locked himself in the chapel, refusing to let anyone in. As brazen as the audience request may seem, I cannot shake the feeling that it is a cry for help. The Master-at-Arms reports a disturbance in the Foundry Bay. A certain Nemezit, an avenging figure beloved by lower-deck rabble, shot the Commandant during a routine medical supply delivery and called on the vessel's serfs to fight for a better life. The instigator fueled the mob's anger with outrageous but regrettably popular stories about the rogue trader's allegedly reprehensible character. As a result, a certain vile epithet has spread rapidly throughout the void ship, the dynasty's pustule.
Okay.
Nemesis has escaped, and the situation on the deck is increasingly spinning out of control. The Master-at-Arms asks permission to employ the harshest possible treatment, not simply to restore order, but to avenge the dead Commandant as well as the fallen enforcers.
Authorize. Discover the details about the Commandant's murder.
Nemesis's reason for the attack had to do with the widow of a respected foreman. She had delayed the queue by begging to be given medicine for her afflicted children, which the Commandant refused because her request exceeded the expenditure quota. The widow persisted and was given 10 lashes on the spot. That was when Nemesis fired the fatal shot that set off a mutiny in the compartment.
Learn more about the Nemesis.
The Master-at-Arms reports that this is the 4th Nemesis to operate on the lower decks over the past few years. The previous 3 were captured by enforcers, and each openly identified themselves as Nemesis. The public executions evidently have no effect. People continue to rally around their hero as soon as one emerges and always believe in the invulnerability of their champion. The Seneschal points out that all Nemesis act in the same fashion. Whenever the rabble is feeling oppressed, they step forward, serving as the spark that ignites the fires of sedition. They target the officers most hated by the workers for their strictness and adherence to order, with every murder bringing cheers from the commoners.
Okay.
The Vox Master shares the rumors about Nemesis that abound on the lower decks. Some say he arises from the blood of oppressed laborers, some, that he is the vessel's spirit of justice. Others still believe he is an immortal hero. Such veneration makes it very difficult to capture the Riffraff's champion. In light of the discovery of a gene-stealer cult cell on the ship, Heinrichs van Kalarx recommends paying special attention to the Nemesis story. The interrogator suspects that an escaped mutant is behind the incitement to revolt. It is too similar to one of the tactics employed by these enemies of humanity.
Request information about the foundry bay.
It is a place of unbearable heat and poisoned air, where scrap metal is melted down into plates that are later used to repair and refit the hull. There are no critical facilities here, and the bay is fairly easy to isolate. This opens up opportunities for quelling unrest with no casualties among the enforcers.
Ruthlessly crush the unrest by shutting down the life support system.
The people die gruesomely, suffocating in the pitch black and the icy cold. But the harsh lesson has been learned. The survivors bow their heads and return to work without complaint.
Okay, Dragonus wanted our visit. We're heading over there straight up. The first thing we do. After that, we are heading to...
The workers at one of the Prometheum stations are revolting because of life-threatening working conditions. They are threatening to detonate the fuel stores unless their demands are met.
Make concessions. Use force. You know what? We have a fair amount of Prometheum. Use force.
The colony bleeds. The people are desperate, and the sight of armed enforcers no longer frightens them. The Prometheum reserves burn away in the fires of rebellion.
Okay. That... I am ruthless today. I've already used Void to just evacuate. Take it one step further down.
A trickle of disturbing news came from the ship's navigator engaged the warp monster in invisible combat by giving orders from the Sanctum Navis. By following the Astronomican's guiding light, Lord Captain, an urgent report from the vessel's shrine, a group of unknown assailants has invaded his temple and plundered the incorruptible relics of your ancestors, slaughtering devout worshippers as they went. The high factotum is among the casualties. Had Master Montig and Mistress Sauerback not arrived in time, fortunately, Master Danroke survived and remains conscious, albeit in great pain. And so it comes to pass. Kibella's somber voice fills the broadcast. I performed a reading of his tarot after the morning watch siren, but the visions sent by the Undying One were too indistinct. I saw rivers of blood flowing toward the bones of the dead, and a blurred figure, laughing, treading upon the ashes of the fallen. It is now clear, The Undying One desires me to follow the figure's tracks. Thus, my hunt begins.
So, we begin. Bum, bum, bum.
Let the faith guide my path to glory.
The Master at Arms is barking orders, Confessor Adalbert is murmuring a prayer, and the Infernus Master is circling the chapel with a keen eye as if watching for a threat. Kibella quickly sweeps her gaze over the destruction before focusing on the bloody footprints that stretch from the ruins of the reliquary. The High Factotum's velvet coat is streaked with blood, and Janris himself is deathly pale. A Medici officer is working on the black gunshot wound in his chest, and Janris grunts faintly with every touch. He focuses his eyes on you with tremendous effort.
Forgive me for not greeting your lordship with a bow. I must tell you, Nemesite has stolen the great relic.
Yet another spin on the whole wives theme. Generous, what happened?
Serfs in red headscarves burst into the chapel and started shooting. Their leader made for the relic, the remains of honorable rogue traders brought here from the mutant-sullied crypt. And when I realized that the sacred ashes of your ancestors were about to fall into the filthy hands of a heretic, one intent on desecrating the glorious dynasty? No, that could not be allowed to happen. I blocked his path.
Janris briefly closes his eyes, gathering his strength.
The bastard allowed himself a few vile insults against me, which I am obliged to omit, but I did not give in to the provocation. I was hoping to buy myself some time. Then this so-called Nemesite started reviling the customs of the ship, berating its officers and enforcers, before insulting the very name of your lordship yourself. I threw my glove in his face and demanded a duel, but the honorless villain just shot me. He laughed at me. The depraved creature.
He winces, either from a new burst of pain or from the memory of the humiliation he so recently endured.
And then he committed sacrilege, by stealing the relic and shattering the sarcophagus. Forgive me, your lordship. I have failed to preserve the sacred ashes of your ancestors.
Why do you wish to see me so urgently?
I had to apologize to you. I had to repent.
He grimaces bitterly.
For many years, I did my best to serve the dynasty, but at the most crucial hour, I failed. Shame scorches my pathetic, cowardly heart, your lordship. I had to tell you how deeply remorseful I am.
Hold on, Generous won't let you die here.
Proud to serve the dynasty.
Janris's thoughts are becoming muddled.
The papers, your lordship. Have the clerk double-check the freight bills. I did not have time to get the seals. My will is in the left-hand drawer.
How badly is the High Factum wounded?
He's losing a lot of blood.
The Medici officer casts a worried look at you.
I advise you to hurry. Master Danrik should be on the chirurgeon's table as soon as possible. I am holding on, your lordship. Worry not. What matters now is that you recover the relic.
The factotum groans as the Medici officer pulls the blood-soaked bandages aside and shakes his head dolefully.
Some miracle preserved Master Danrik's life long enough that he might address you. His fate now rests in the hands of the Emperor. May he show mercy to this selfless man.
Enrich, did you see the attack?
I did not. I was on my way to offer a prayer when I heard gunfire and ran as fast as I could. When I got here, I saw Master Danrik, and I think the next thing I did was just to press his wound and spout curses.
Heinrich looks at his bloodied hands in confusion.
So much for being a heroic repairman. I wasn't much use, was I?
I will strangle the Nemesite with my own 2 hands.
May the Emperor protect your...
The Medici officer snatches a syringe of stimulant and speaks decisively.
Apologies, your lordship, but we are taking Master Danrik away. He is unable to tell you anything more at present, and every second of delay could cost him his life.
Heinrich watches the limp body of the factotum get carried away and chews grimly on the hoe stick that has appeared between his teeth.
So, what do we have so far? Master Danrik is on his deathbed, all the attackers are either dead or have absconded along with the sacred relic, and the witnesses all agree on this one thing: Nemesite and his accomplices came out of nowhere and struck suddenly. Only the throne knows where we can find these bastards now.
We will find them.
Sourback's voice is full of terrible fury.
We will turn this vessel inside out if we must. There is nowhere even a void rat can. There is no need. The Blood's Whisper will lead us to Nemesis.
Kibella's words make the two exchange puzzled glances.
Blood Whisper. Did you perform another divination?
Yes and no, his tarot guided me here and told me of the evil that lurked in the shrine. But beyond that, the bloody path carelessly tread by the raiders will reveal the truth. With all due respect, Spinner, the enforcers have already questioned all the witnesses and compiled an extensive list of evidence, none of which tells us anything about how or where the troublemaker calling himself Nemesis might have escaped to.
Kibella, tell us everything you know.
Kibella sharply turns to face the crimson splashes on the floor and walls of the shrine. Her pupils dilate, threatening to drown her irises in darkness. Her expression turns distant, her voice becoming low and strange.
This blood is drawn in a pattern of retribution. The one who spilled it appeared later. They moved swiftly and furiously, numb to their own wounds, an enforcer who was drawn to the gunfire and witnessed the sacrilege. Probably. As for this pattern,
Kibella points to a barely visible chain of scarlet droplets.
It was made in fury and desperation. The one who left it was wounded, but they did not flee. They fought back while they could, and then they retreated, into the darkness.
Kibella's eyes close and she falls silent, then she exhales sharply and points a steel claw.
Into the darkness of the maintenance tunnels hidden within the walls of the shrine.
If the attackers have escaped through the maintenance tunnel, we can send them enforcers after them.
The technical corridors extend hundreds of meters in different directions. Nemesis and his men must be familiar with the tunnels and possess either a map or a guide. Without a clear trail, the enforcers risk getting lost and wasting valuable time, not to mention the fact that those narrow tunnels are perfect for an ambush.
And you gleaned all of this from a couple of bloodstains, or did you have a vision?
There is no need for revelations from the undying Emperor here. For one who has dedicated their life to understanding the tenets of the web, death speaks a language clearer than any words. Blood writes the chronicle of the final hour, and it holds all the answers. It speaks to me. It can tell me with what instrument it was spilled. What its owner felt, whether they struggled in terror or were as cold as the steel of a blade. At what moment and how the thread snapped. For a spinner, no two wounds are alike, and each scarlet drop carries a message from the undying one.
I'm glad she's on our side.
Heinrich scratches the back of his head, smiling wryly.
So we still have no idea where to find the Nemesis.
The tunnels only answer the question of how he left. Now death will tell us where he was heading.
As if in a trance, Kibella leans over a body and peers into its eyes.
He stinks of smoke. The smoke of singed coveralls, vile hosticks, burned sacred unguents, and charred meat.
She slides a pale hand along the dead man's skin and snakes it under the sleeve of his coveralls, which she pushes back to reveal a fresh burn, bandaged with a torn scrap of shirt. Her steel claws dig into the dead man's arm.
Your wound holds the answer. You dressed it carefully, not inside the shrine. Before that, something struck you, ripped the tissue apart, burned you, turned your hand into a worthless lump. It was not fire, no.
Drawing a ragged breath, Kibella opens her eyes.
The fury of the conductive charge. It has marked you, heretic. I recognize your wound, for I myself have encountered it on those I take to the other side within the plasma drive chambers.
The cult of the Ravenous Star used the compartment to assemble and store weapons. This cannot be a simple coincidence.
That mutineer cell and all their secret stockpiles were destroyed. I made sure of it. Nevertheless, you are right, and the same troubling thought has crossed my mind. They could have been connected to Nemesis.
We've already wiped out those Xenos mutants or whoever they were, so we have one less thing to worry about now. All that's left is to deal with this cutthroat and his henchmen.
Sarback gathered the enforcers. We will follow Nemesis' trail.
No, Dom and Harold. You must stay. You are the one that Nemesis has challenged, and those we hunt know you by sight. You will frighten away the prey, and we will lose the trail until the next tragedy occurs.
Kibella's unblinking gaze meets your own.
What do you suggest?
I will go to the plasma drive chambers alone. I will track down the false champion and all who serve him. And I will prepare the grounds for your own hunt. Out of the question. An enforcer squad would certainly scare off the vermin, but I am not letting you go alone, servant of death. You and I will go to the chambers together, and together we will bring down all who have dared to insult the Lord Captain.
I'm going too. I have a couple of Good friends in the plasma drive chambers, the nosy kind who know everything about everyone. Convincing them shouldn't be difficult, especially if I pull a few favors. It'll be the three of us, then. What a company.
Heinrich. There is an awkward pause. Kibella takes a long look at the officers' faces, before finally nodding her assent.
So be it. But not like this. Much like your faces, your guises are too conspicuous.
Kibella is right, it would be prudent to use a disguise.
The enforcers will procure regular work clothes for us. We will carry only inconspicuous weapons that we can hide easily in our tool bags. It will help us blend in with the crowd. Before I depart to hunt for Nemesite, I ask the Daemon to bless me. I pledged never to leave your side, yet the hunt demands that I do just that. Grant me this permission by performing the ceremony of twining.
Kibella nods toward the altar.
When your people have taken their leave, under the gaze of the Undying One, we will begin the rite.
What is this ceremony?
The rite of blessing for the sacred hunt. With it, the Daemon casts their shadow over the path of carnage. Under your benediction, I will strike harder and tread more softly.
Well, very well, let's commence the ceremony.
With your permission, Lord Captain, the Infernus Master and I will take our leave now and set out to prepare for the descent into the chambers.
We dare not intrude, your lordship.
Sit down now, Daemon Herald, and listen. Let the ceremony of twining begin.
Using a finely honed blade, Kibella carves an intricate symbol into the floor. She then produces a small bundle wrapped in incense-laden parchment and sets it alight.
You are my Daemon. I am your blade, and I am honed by your blessing. My arms are strong while your will is strong. And as long as the Undying One hears your prayers, my feet will go unhurt.
Her blade kisses her palm, and dark blood begins to trickle and spread over the bottom of the ritual cup that has just now appeared in her hands.
With our blood, with our will, we shall spin a scarlet web, the symbol of the hunt. May it herald our praised demise.
Kibella puts the dagger into your hand, and you suddenly feel how heavy your eyelids have become. Your heartbeat slows inside your chest. Her words linger, then rush through your mind in a deluge. The heavy scent of incense envelops you and makes your head spin.
Make a small cut on my palm.
The pain gives way to a burning sensation as Kibella grasps your hand and squeezes it over the ritual cup. But this new discomfort is quickly replaced again, this time by a dull numbness and the faint warmth of blood flowing from your open wound.
The twining is the blood oath I have made to my lord.
Kibella dips her fingers in the spilled blood and traces a symbol, first on her own forehead, then on yours. It appears to resemble a blade that is cutting through an intricate knot.
Anoint me with your blessing, Daemon Herald, and may the ceremony of twining commence.
Kibella's face blurs before your eyes. No matter how hard you try to focus and dispel the vision, in place of her face, you see a death mask, a broken skull with hollow eye sockets.
May your fury and resolve be unshakable.
One who follows the thread of the web fights not out of rage, but with a mind as cold as stone. Nevertheless, rage can become a potent weapon in the hands of a punisher. I understand, Daemon Herald. I accept your blessing.
Kibella thinks for a moment.
Your body cannot accompany us on this chase, Daemon. But your spirit, there is nothing the spirit cannot do. The twining is complete, you and I are now bound by the blood oath. Think of me while I hunt, as will I think of you. Become a thought flowing through my mind. If the Undying One is gracious to us, he will send you dreams, and in those dreams you will see me. If he is more gracious still, those dreams will be truthful.
I trust you, Kibella. Let us begin.
You perceive a faint smile from beneath the death mask. Kibella hands you the cup, and begins tracing her finger around the bottom while whispering a prayer.
Watch now, Daemon Herald. What does thy seeing eye behold in the converging patterns of blood?
She draws your attention to the symbols she has inscribed. You see shifting images in the blood, a spider crafting a fine web, blurred shadows that could resemble either a swarm of void rats or an enraged hound, crossed blades, a card of the Emperor's Tarot. But as soon as your gaze lingers on any of them, reality bleeds through the fluid shapes.
Soon your spirit will be able to follow me. I will bid the servants to carry your body to your chambers, where you will not be disturbed. Wait in silence and safety. For me, the hunt has begun.
Kibella's footsteps fade away, melting into the same impenetrable darkness in which your consciousness is extinguished.
Okay.
Stale air. Oppressive noise. The hum and whir of machinery drown out all thoughts. This place rings with tension. Is it the powerful energy coursing through the cables, or have the wails of the workers merged into a cacophony of indignant whispers and desperate prayers? Lost, mired in petty troubles, unmindful of duty, their voices creak as if covered in rust and their eyes are dimmed by the endless drudgery and lack of light here on the working decks of the Domin's great ark. I have seen it before. In these murky depths, people become creatures all too ready to devour each other for worldly gains, fleeting pleasures, or imaginary freedom from obligation born from the abyss of spiritual emptiness. The Undying One punishes them through me. Disgusting mutations, abominations, reflections of vice are born in these shadows, and I will be their doom. The thread shakes. The web is taut. I step silently. May the great hunt begin.
Red shakes, the quarry always leaves a trail. We may see it, we may not see it, but we can feel it.
I taste the air. The scent of fresh dye with a subtle note of sparks. This is new. Pleasant. The upper decks reek of luxury, but here I feel comfortable. There is something else. This is it. I recognize the smell. Undeemed, bilho, and burnt meat. Just like inside the shrine. The time has come to spin the scarlet web.
Web is taut. No, the hunting ground.
To find the enemy, I must listen. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. The rhythmic beat of engines and pumps, that is the ship's breathing. That is the ship's heartbeat. Is it strange that I feel at home among the workers of the lower decks, who pass their time like the living dead? Warmth spreads through my chest. I like to think that it is the connection with which the Undying One bound my and the Domin's fates together. He has blessed us, and we hunt as one.
I step silently. Darkness is our ally. Merge within the
In
shadow.
the twilight of the chamber, barely illuminated by flickering candlelight, I become like them. The lost, mired servants. They will become unwitting allies in my hunt. Their hopelessness, their desperation, their thirst for survival will become tools for my use. Footsteps. Two are coming. Toward me. Familiar gates. Those are the Domin's servants.
You know the feeling when you're being stared at, but you can't tell from where.
I would not be surprised if the cultists set out on the trail of Nemesite alone. The spinners are arrogant. We are just another soul to them, a gift to offer death.
Steel Mistress's voice is hard and cold, like her will. I can see in her eyes that she dislikes me. She is wary. And so she should be, for we serve the Domin, not one another.
Does this remind you of anyone at all, Jocasta?
This man is enamored with fire. Even his words sound full of biting flames, and he himself enjoys playing with fire, too much so. They bicker again. Their mutual animosity may disrupt the hunt.
Examine Steel Mistress and Flaming Voice.
To the lay people, the two are now scarcely distinguishable from the common serfs. In a world where status and privilege are defined by appearance, a single piece of rotten cloth is enough to lower your standing. We will become spectral hounds and follow the trail without drawing attention.
Step forward.
There she is. Welcome to the plasma drive chambers, esteemed holy assassin.
You can exchange pleasantries later. Lieutenant Godierda is on duty in this compartment. I have ordered her to gather information on all the workers who wear red scarves and who have recently left the bay.
This is pointless. The red scarf is not proof of guilt, it is merely a symbol. It could be a trap. I need to find her. I will watch the enforcer and those who are watching her in turn.
Your enforcer knows nothing about life in this compartment. I guarantee it. I have a better source of information, a good friend of mine who knows a lot about delicate matters. It would be easy to get him to talk. He's terrified of pain and death.
Only the faithless fear death. I will not trust him. Let him trust me so that his trust may become a snare for my hunt. I cut them off with a gesture. Their methods of hunting are not mine. But I take the grain of truth from their words and weave it into my plan.
We need to provoke them into making a move.
Instill a false sense of impunity. Convince them that they can act. They can and must act now.
This enforcer who answers to Steel Mistress is the symbol of order and obedience in these chambers. She is standing in the way. When she disappears, my enemies will believe it is safe to strike, and that will be a costly mistake.
Strike out, spark, intimidate them with an impending threat.
Flaming Voice relies on a talker, one who keeps no secrets and fears pain. An unreliable vessel is bad for holding secrets, but good for spilling them. Through him, I will whisper lies to the enemy.
Strike out and spark. Strike out the spark that will ignite the fire.
I feel them lurking in the crowd. My enemies. They are cautious. I must find them and let them believe their luck. They look at me in silence. They do not understand yet, but that matters little. I am on the hunt.
Follow my steps.
Whip.
An old burn spread across her body in a scarlet blotch. A look of contempt. A heavy baton, covered in blood and symbolizing boundless power. Like a fierce leather whip, she lashes with both her hand and her gaze.
What are you looking at, you beggars? You finish your shift, you go to the barracks. You start your shift, you check in with the foreman and get to work before Modilda comes to pat you on the back.
And Modilda, I presume, is that wonderful, not at all intimidating baton on your belt? I guess our disguise is working, but I would rather not spend the next few watches in the medbay because of a misunderstanding.
His breathing has quickened. Flaming Voice always makes jests when he is nervous or irritated. Do enforcers infuriate him?
Infernus Master? Master at Arms. Apologies for not recognizing you, ma'am. Godierda, we are conducting an inquest. Answer the spinner's questions. I hope your report will be useful.
What kind of scars reveal to me?
Day after day, she watches the serfs labor away, exhausting their last vestiges of strength. And there is no compassion in her eyes. They are simply a resource she is commanded to use and then discard. She hates them because she blames them for her pain, her wounds.
Let the enforcer converse. I will keep an eye on those around us.
The workers hide their eyes. But I can hear the murmurs echoing through the bay. There is an impotent rage in their hearts directed at Whip, for she is the embodiment of the very order they despise. But why do they not realize that the enforcer is a shield as much as a lash? Some of the people I escorted to the other side looked at me the same way. In the past, I did not understand, but now, do the lay people see spinners performing their duty to the Undying One or enforcers performing theirs to the Dominus monsters?
Nothing is unimportant during the hunt. Tell me what you know, and I will listen.
A group of workers wearing red scarves were seen in the compartment just after the attack on the shrine. The foreman stated that they were at work on the freight line. No gunpowder on their clothes, no fresh wounds. Too many of them have started wearing red masks, and it muddles the trail. But we also found some red scarves and bloody rags in one of the shredders only shortly afterward. We sealed off the exits and reduced the air supply to the maintenance tunnels to the absolute minimum. Now you can't stay in there longer than a few minutes without passing out. There's no way the bastards could have left the plasma chambers. They are definitely in here somewhere.
Like snakes, the servants of Nemesis have shed their skin. The red scarf is just a distraction. Do I sense the touch of his will? The Undying Emperor wishes to bestow a revelation upon me in this trying hour. Let his tarot show me the way.
I breathe in the essence made from the ashes of blood of the faithful. It enlightened.
A portent from him. The Undying One blesses me to take Whip. The minions of Nemesis fear her. When her soul is delivered to the Undying One, the traitors will feel invulnerable. They will crawl out of their holes and fall into my web. I cannot sever Whip's thread with a blade, for the serfs would recognize me as one of the spinners and lose all courage. But the spark of the machine spirits in the plasma drive chambers has already claimed the lives of many. I will use this, and thus, the web will be spun.
Death walks with me. Another step, another thread. My visions showed this path, and many others.
Okay. So talk to the onions
This
here.
tech priest is so absorbed in prayer they do not notice your presence.
The web beckons.
Long time no see, Spindle. Tell me, what does silence taste like?
Are they using a secret code? Without flaming voice, he would never even speak to me.
Everybody knows silence doesn't taste like anything. If you want to earn rations, you better start dealing in words.
He speaks casually, but his voice is slimy and slippery. His eyes are as dirty as an oil-stained garment. The impudence in his gaze and words when he turns them to us. He is unclean, and he knows it. He is unrepentant.
That's a funny look, Heinrich. And you have a funny looking company. Are you here to sell or to buy? And before you answer, remember the first rule, every word has a price. Are we bargaining for information with this lowlife now? It is the duty of every serf to aid the rogue trader and his associates, freely and willingly.
Hoo boy, here it comes.
Who's that with you? An enforcer? And a spinner? Do you want me dead? If anyone sees me talking to you, they'll snap my neck. So, off you go.
The peddler of words is trembling in fear for his life. I must extract answers from him. But by what means?
Swallowing the stimulants on the needle tip will loosen Stain's tongue.
What is this feeling? So, calm. Fine, ask whatever you want. But then leave. My reputation cost me a lot of blood, and I didn't earn it to have it trampled into dust because you people happened to stop by.
One glance is enough for me to see your true self, Stain.
You are a liar and manipulator, peddling other people's secrets and not knowing how to keep your mouth shut. You will become the bait, sowing confusion among the minions of Nemesis who hope to wait out the lockdown. They think they have enough time. I will deprive them of that confidence.
Where do things stand in the plasma drive chambers? Speak briefly, speak sense.
We just had an enforcer die. I swear she did it to herself. Stepped right on a wire and riled up the machine spirits. You lot be careful now. There is a bunch of workers in the far corner who now gather between every shift, whispering to each other. They don't invite me, they say I talk too much. Well, if they're scared of my tongue, that means they have something to hide. And, of course, everyone's talking about Nemesis. Sure, the foundry and the chapel were big, but he's been helping people all over. A lot of folks are sticking with him now. You can knock my teeth out if I'm lying, don't got many of those left anyhow, but I'll tell you this, even if someone finds him, they won't rat him out.
Set up the snare. There will be a raid soon. Be careful, I warn you in appreciation for your cooperative nature.
What are you? That information is not meant for his heirs. Really? I see. Well, if that's all you wanted, then can I go?
Go, Stain, and be my herald.
It is difficult to admit, but I do share the Master-at-Arms' indignation. We came here to get information about the traitors, not to reveal our secrets.
When the renegades hears the coming of retribution, it will make them nervous, prone to mistakes, likely to give themselves away.
But for them to take the bait, it must be compelling. Yes, I see.
Follow the threats.
I don't know why you're here, but I hope it's not to take me away.
Listen, boys, I have a story to tell. How come the enforcers flog these all the stories yet?
The lay people are huddled together in a pile of sweltering bodies, filthy and battered by the enforcers' batons, reeking of sweat and disease. Their hearts pump blood faster and faster through bulging veins as two of them send red-hot sparks into the air with their words like a hammer and anvil.
Your plan appears to have worked, Spinner. The air itself is charged with something, and it is not the conductive charge. The serfs, they are stirring.
Listen to the rapid beating of their hearts.
The lay people are frightened. Angry. They feel the impunity that sprouted like a weed upon Whip's demise. They feel the threat crushing them from the upper decks, both imminent and inevitable.
What do the two speak about, hammer and anvil?
The enforcer is dead, and punishers from the upper decks will soon follow Nemeside's trail. This is our chance. We need to act.
This is it. I can sense that the prey is close. They have little fear of giving themselves away anymore. They need a spark to ignite the flames. Something that will convince Nemesit's followers that they are strong, and that the Domin's servants are diminished.
Wait for the right moment.
They tell us this is how it's meant to be. Just because they were born on the upper decks and we down below, in the darkness. Is it really the God Emperor's will that they grow fat on the fruits of our labors? Revel in luxury while we die without water or medicine.
Hammer's voice rumbles, and the lay people listen.
No matter how hard you work, they will wring everything out of you and give you nothing. Who allowed this to happen? The rogue traitor, his name be damned. A Grox on the throne. A tyrant throwing our bones into the furnace of his protectorate.
Shut your foul mouth, void dog.
Flaming voice. No, it is too soon. I understand your anger, but you must temper it.
What did you say about the Lord Captain? The one who gives you work, food, and shelter? You insolent deadbeats. I can see why you have gathered here, and I will not let you start another rebellion.
Why are you reaching for your Vox caster?
If you do not disperse, I will give the order to vent the plasma chambers. You have 5 seconds. 4.
The tyrant's lackey. If you do this, you'll die with us, you madman.
To protect the Lord Captain and the crew? I see you've never met an Infernus before.
Their faces are twisted with fear. Will they retreat? Will they flee? Will the hunt be thwarted? No. A small throwing blade flies out of my palm and draws a scarlet line across Anvil's neck. If I had wished it, she would be dead. But she continues to breathe and to bleed. And to scream furiously as she looks for me.
The rogue traitor's assassins are here. Look. They wanted to kill me. Find the assassins.
The spark is lit. The lay people press in from all sides, pushing and shoving. Their faces are ablaze with terror and rage, and a violent energy boils through the mass of bodies. This power will be difficult to contain. Frightened people are dangerous people. The hunt was meant to go differently, but such is the Undying One's will. One voice rises above the others, the voice of a burly, bearded technomat, low as the roar of a furnace. Furnace smells of sweat and sacred unguents. He is not afraid, he merely pretends to be. Beneath the shudder of terror, I hear excitement.
Do we deserve to be executed? my brothers and sisters? Have we not labored with the sweat of our brow? Have we not perished from the outbursts of raging machine spirits? Why do they call us rebels? Why are we being punished?
Furness's words make the crowd seethe even more.
Closer
Strong.
look.
Heavy. Enormous hands whose blows should be feared. A great belly that has become a symbol of his success. He does not starve, so those who follow him will not starve either. A powerful leader, recognized by the whole pack.
Feel the flow of rage of the poor wretches.
The flame burns high, for there is strong fuel at its heart. These people have amassed many grievances. The enforcers are cruel to them, for they believe that fear eradicates treason. The officers despise them, for their clothes and hands are filthy. The quartermasters rob them and withhold what is owed to them, for their clan is not strong enough to make demands. They are vulnerable. Their hearts are vulnerable. The Undying One commands us to spin a web to catch such hearts before they plunge into the abyss of treason. And so, I am spinning the web. But there is something else mixed into their righteous indignation, something that taunts them, excites them, angers them. It is something foul, hovering in the air. Aberration.
Think about Tom and Harold.
I turn my thoughts to him, for it is his people that are standing before me. What would he do, the one whose thread I anoint with my blood?
Which was it? But his voice does not resound in my thoughts.
I will make my own choice.
Remain silent.
The crowd draws nearer, and Furness shouts at the top of his lungs.
Do you hear? They have nothing to say. Even they know we are right.
Which of you was it that dared call the Lord Captain's judgment unfair? I demand the accuser. You are rioters in everything but name. And then you ask why you should have been shown trust.
My words frighten them, wound them, because they are just. And that makes their anger swell all the more.
Why are you surprised? Have the officers ever treated us otherwise?
A new voice, sandpaper rough, tears through the rumbling of the crowd. Its owner is ragged and filthy, and a feverish gleam burns in his eyes. His words inflame the people's minds, like rot feasting upon a wound. Rot cries out mockingly.
That's because you're afraid of them, but they're not afraid of you. They have the almighty baton. All you have is the source of the power that feeds the whole ship. Why shouldn't they take you for granted? It serves you right, you cowards.
His ugly shriek spills like venom upon the sweating faces as they slowly draw closer and closer.
Sense the smell hanging over the ground.
I take a deep breath, and something stupefying, noxious, and luscious disturbs my senses. This is no ordinary odor, but something subtle and foul. It carries the same stench as rot. Skinny and scrawny, Rot leers at me with his gaping mouth. He is a nobody who has nothing. His body has wasted away from disease. His hands are 5 fingers short. His fate is sealed. And that makes him convincing. Everyone knows he has nothing to gain for himself, and thus no reason to lie. His poverty is his armor.
Turn my thoughts to Tom and
I
Harold.
address the one who commands these people and who possesses the authority to execute and pardon. Am I to hear his thoughts?
Your seditious word have been heard, will not be forgotten. I hereby chastise this compartment for its profane thoughts. Yeah.
Do they think they can hide their master's disgrace behind such threats?
The bile spraying from Rot's mouth sizzles in the workers' minds like acid. It is burning them through.
We will not commit rebellion, but we will not allow ourselves be slaughtered by villains, either. The law and the Emperor are on our side.
A young woman steps forth, slender and supple like a rapier.
If they want to crush us with the fear of death, let them kill us, it will only prove our righteousness.
The ringing call is a command, pressing itself into their hearts. The foul, that tantalizing, elusive scent of rage. It is more than a stench. It is a tool. The weapon of the despicable trio, which they use to influence the minds of the laity. The crowd reeks of flowering treason. I delve down to its root and realize what it is that rejects his will, so his sacred privilege is being attacked. He alone chooses who may journey to him, but these three instigators, they are determined to make this decision for themselves, dragging the souls of all around into the fires of violence with them. They are impudent upstarts who have put themselves above him, and above me, the second spinner of the blood-spun web, his chosen servant. The realization of such audacity burns my very soul.
Spare one of you my blades. Do you wish to die? I swear anyone who follows the mutineers will perish this day.
The crowd does not answer. They do not hear me. The sacred promise of death no longer moves them, for they have fallen under the enemy's spell. They surround me, threatening, pointing fingers, cursing. They dare not strike, not yet. But already their enormous bulk presses down upon me as the smell of blood in the air grows thicker by the minute.
Stand firm, do not resist.
The crowd presses forward, harder and harder. My breath is growing short, my bones are crunching. Somebody is screaming in my face. I endure the stench.
Lose myself in the
I
dance.
can bear it no longer. The blades in my hands sing, and blood streaks across astonished faces. I am done speaking and exhorting. I merely dance on the thread that I have spun. I bestow death and blessed wounds. I catch a glimpse of Rapier's cloven face and Furnace's open belly. Rot's severed hand falls at my feet, and its owner flees howling. I dance, and breathe, so freely. It did not go the way I had planned. The smell of blood lingers in the air like the stench of impending defeat. Two bodies are sprawled before me. I have severed their threads. The third blasphemer has managed to escape, but his disembodied hand also lies on the floor. Useless meat.
Awareness check.
Very little. The faint traces of the vile mutations that twisted their bodies. The foul stench of corruption emanating from their meat. The deformed, strangely colored brains in their crushed skulls that spawned the heresy of sedition.
What will the appearance of the survivors tell me?
They huddle in the corners, ashamed of their own subservience. They tried to convince themselves that the blood they so foolishly spilled would absolve them, but they know it is not enough.
Are Flaming Voice and Steel Mistress still alive?
Their threads have not yet been cut. I realize with astonishment that they are standing close to me. Flaming Voice is furiously reproaching all those who had only recently joined the revolt, while Steel Mistress booms like a siren, shaking her maul and threatening punishment.
It is
They are
time for the
useless
next
to the
step.
hunt now. A thrill runs through the strands of my consciousness. Is this Domin Harold? Can I truly feel him again, or am I imagining it? I need to concentrate. I gaze at the puddles of blood and the patterns they form. I see, a labyrinth. The Undying One has given me a sign. My hand finds the sealed case in which his tarot cards reside. It is time for a divination in the blood of the dead. It will reveal to me the name of their unholy master.
I draw the beginning spread.
The Hound. I gaze at the card and at its depiction of the Astra Militarum armored vehicle that bears that formidable name. The pursuit of truth, sacrifice, and victory. This is me, and I am on the right track. The Harlequin, inverted. Lies, manipulation, a shadow play blocking my path. But it is a lie exposed, a deception that must be revealed. The Preacher. A man who carries an idea and proclaims it. But who is it? Nemezit. One of his supporters. Someone already slain or someone still alive. The divination is unclear, and so I draw a fourth card. It is dangerous to ask more of the Undying One, but the Aquila. His holy image watches me from within the card, and my heart grows frigid with the knowledge of what it represents.
The Undying One has manifested his omen in the traitor's blood. The hunt that has begun will be completed by the unveiling of a great deception. Our enemy is elusive because he has a powerful ally, one who espouses faith in the Emperor on this vessel. The ship's confessor is in league with Nemesite. He will be the next prey.
Okay. Come on.
Adalbert. That scoundrel. I will prepare a team of enforcers to arrest him, but I need the Lord Captain's authorization. Impressive display, Mistress Kybella.
Nothing. What do we have here? It is nothing of super value. Irrelevant. Vogtvir's mistake cost me too much. Years work, tremendous resource, all wasted. He failed at what he wanted. Failed at what he was supposed to be inapproachable at uncovering spies, but and this one was a senior officer, but I'm not about to discard him. Kunrad has served me too long for his removal to go painlessly for the Protectorate. Beside, he is no fool. He could not have seriously expected to become the next in the von Valencius line when his skill and talent as Master of Whisperers are so valuable. Let his disinherent serve as a humiliation, but instructive lesson from which he may learn. Okay.
Would you like to take a bath, your lordship?
No, don't care about the bath. Let's get... let's talk to... Kybella.
Domin, I have spun a web of crimson in the plasma drive chambers and ensnared Nemesite's accomplices with it. It is done. My divination has revealed that your confessor, the sower of faith aboard... I have been awaiting your questions, Domin. Ask away.
Are you satisfied with the result?
No. One of the false champion's lackeys has escaped. I deserve no forgiveness.
Kybella stares at you intent.
May the
Okay. Let us hunt the... Void Shrine. Yep. I'm wondering how our build works now. Because that might actually be a good thing for us.
Kybella extends a finger topped with a metal claw toward Confessor Adalbert.
The divination has revealed that you stand beside the enemy Nemesite. Speak only the truth before the Daemon and the Undying One.
Adalbert meets Kybella's words calmly, with almost majestic resignation.
A defender of the people and a tyrant's minion are two faithful servants of opposing ideas, two souls that have rejected everything else for the sake of duty. I now truly see that your collision with him was inevitable.
Adalbert shifts his gaze to you and lets out a mournful sigh.
I was warned about your visit, Herald. As well as its purpose.
Who alerted you to my visit?
My son, the protector of those whose blood you feed upon, whose hard work has paid for your content life on the upper decks of this ship.
I demand an explanation, Confessor, this instant.
Your pet tormentor who extols death is right. I know Nemesite, and I assist him. Just like him, I am your enemy, Herald.
Adalbert raises his voice, and in the soft tenor, you hear notes of accusation as deep as rolling thunder.
And I am also the enemy of your cruel regime, where life is dirt under the enforcer's feet, where a man has nothing to eat, writhes in fear, and knows no hope.
Sourback clenches her fists until her knuckles crunch.
You treasonous impostor. To think that I listened to your sermons and was anointed by your hand. You will choke on your words along with the teeth I am about to knock out.
Adalbert dignifies her with neither a word nor a glance.
Facts are... Face the facts, you're no champion of justice. You're a manipulator who raises himself up by standing on the corpses of others. I'm not judging on you. On the contrary, can use a man like... And you were so good at moaning about servants he killed.
I grieved for them, but they were unreliable. They could have compromised us. They had to die, but the fault for their deaths lies with you and your enforcer dogs, for fear of whom we are forced to hide.
You're not even trying to lie. It's commendable.
Adalbert shrugs, his kindly face growing harder.
Why would I? If the dogs have come looking for blood, they will not leave without a kill. Such is your vicious nature.
So you're a heretic then?
No heresy is what you and your fellow bloodsuckers believe in. The ecclesiarchy has turned faith into a whip to drive the powerless, the aristocracy has turned it into a shield to cover their transgressions, and the enforcers have turned it into a club with which to beat those who dare to raise their voices. Your faith is an instrument of lies and suppression, and I renounced it long ago. My faith promises salvation, not thraldom.
I see.
I doubt it. People like you only ever see what they want to see.
Do you serve Nemesis or do you command him?
I follow him as he once followed me. Nemesis is my son, if not by blood then in spirit. I took him in as a willful child, and I fostered the best in him, a passion for justice, the indomitable flame of a fighter, an unyielding determination. I have been preparing him for years.
You have raised a living instrument that serves a purpose without question.
Cabela speaks cautiously, as if not entirely sure of her judgment.
Such is his purpose, to be the hope, to break the shackles, to end the centuries of torment that have passed aboard this ship. A great sacrifice for a great cause.
He falls silent, looking at Cabela expectantly.
You should be familiar with his ways, except that instead of a sower of freedom, you were raised to be an executioner's sword.
What else were you lying about?
One last confession? Why not?
He frowns and pulls back his collar, as if he were short of breath.
I am not Adalbert. That was the name of an initiate from a clan of confessors who passed away from disease many years ago. I was born in squalor on the lower decks, and at the behest of the M.
He falters, as if he wanted to add something else.
And it was by the Emperor's command that I took Adalbert's place through deception, pretending to be him. The dead man had inherited much influence and many thrones from his clan, which hastened my successful rise through the ranks. But it was not for wealth and power that I did this. I accepted the burden of hard work to empower the common people, to pave the way for liberation from oppression and injustice. And my part is almost done.
Cabela whispers to you.
I sense no lie in his voice or bearing, Daman Herald. He feels and welcomes death with open arms. The moment favors us. We must learn more. He who betrayed his oaths will not deliver Nemesis to us, but from his words we may divine knowledge of our enemy.
So Nemesis is just a man. Excellent. It's harder to kill a legend.
The words of a tyrant inebriated with power and impunity.
He smiles bitterly.
Nemesis is an idea. And you have the arrogance to believe you can kill an idea made flesh. It is better this way, so keep underestimating him.
Are you hoping he will save you now?
No, we decided otherwise. I am not worth him risking his life, so do not expect to capture him through me. My son has no attachments, for they would only make him weak. He will gladly sacrifice himself for his dream of liberty and equality, and I must do the same. I only grieve that
Attachment makes us weak.
Cabela's whisper is barely audible, and you see her face grow more dismal still.
You made a weapon out of him, just as he made a weapon out of you.
Your liberation is rooted in betrayal and bloodshed.
this is a war, Herald. The war for our liberation, and we are willing to die and to kill for it, because our enemy is brutal and deaf to our pleas. You have deserved it.
He resolutely places his hand over his heart. Sauerbach reacts to his gesture with due suspicion, sharply gripping her weapon, prepared to eliminate any threat to you.
Any last words?
The shackles will fall, and there will be nothing left of your tyranny. Nor of you.
Adalbert speaks without hatred. His even voice is that of a martyr on his way to glory.
Separate A family would be cruel. You and your son will see each other soon.
You seem to have mistaken my humility in the face of death for submission.
Adalbert smiles weakly.
It is not for you to decide my fate. I will make the choice myself. I will surrender my life in the fight for our future. I will die, but I will take you with me.
Lord Captain, this is an ambush. They have been waiting for us.
Sourback's shout hits your ears, drowning out hurried footsteps and the clanking of gunpla steel.
I will cast you into eternal darkness! Death to the Defilers!
What do he has? Okay. Scorching Retribution. Yeah, that's a good one. Okay. So we have a bunch of over here. Really melee focused. There's one with a melta weapon. Okay. You have ignore armor. Okay.
Let your soul be purged. As honor ordains.
Okay.
Only the faithful will ascend!
A tactically sound approach.
And you
At
go.
your beck and call.
Bye-bye.
I will do my duty.
Okay.
At your beck and call.
Okay, now... That is no longer relevant. Okay. So, we start with this. Henrix.
Rejoice in service.
Wait. Here.
I won't object to it.
Get that.
Naturally.
Punch out that. Okay.
And so it shall be done.
Within 10 damage. Can pretty much kill anything with one shot. Not him. Okay, so initiate sec is next. You know what? Let's see how much damage we can deal to him.
I will not be deterred. Your defiance is futile. Actions will let my fury rain down upon thee. The Emperor commands.
Ouch.
Only the faithful will ascend.
Okay, so now it's you.
If I may,
What? You know what? I don't like him. Let's deal with him. Wait, what? No, that one. 2 and 1. Don't mind if I do. 24 stacks of bleeding. Let's apply this.
Isn't this a job for the serfs? Me? Try to die with grace, at least.
Okay, good.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. As duty demands.
Okay, good.
I am a navi. Try to die with grace, at least.
What is it you keep getting stacks of? Heals wound at the beginning of turn, and navigator taken.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Okay.
Let's see to it.
And you are just going for... Bye-bye. Okay, that's annoying.
But of course, Lord, I'm done with this one. Let's see to it.
Okay.
Reading damage to bulk. Heavy is the tread of his faithful.
Okay, so we have one over there, one over there.
Running binary beyond desire condemns you.
The angel will reward
Suffering is part of the trial.
guides me. The true believers will inherit all.
A web gun. Okay, fair enough. You have 4 burning. What actually applied burning to you? There's 40 health left on you. You know what?
I bring
Kill him.
mercy and retribution. Come, the other side awaits. The shadows will see it done.
Okay.
It will be done.
Okay. Good.
Indeed. Through pain and hardship, we prove our devotion.
Is that...
And so shall it be done.
180 damage. Oh my god.
Rejoice! Another step towards our ultimate victory. I will not be... Let my fury rain down upon thee! Actions will... Rejoice in service.
Okay, and know what? Enjoy
the
that.
Emperor commands. I am but a vessel for the higher purpose.
No.
The Omnicide
Blow that.
significant value.
That's okay. Blow that.
Spectral vital functions successfully terminated.
Hates.
What are those? What are those?
The battle is over, and silence descends once again upon the chapel. Flakes of ash whirl quietly in the air before coming to rest on the blood trickling slowly across the floor.
You ought to see this, Daman Herald.
Kibella leans over the confessor's body and slices off the edge of his collar with her blade, revealing a tiny scar on the back of his neck. It looks just like the one the captured worker in the plasma drive chambers had, except that this one clearly healed a long time ago.
Rock shit.
We now know much more about the enemy.
Kibella ponderously runs her finger along the flat of the blade.
About just how deep the poison of conspiracy runs within the veins of your ship. But the blood-spun web has wrapped itself around its base too tightly, and Nemesis can no longer hope to escape.
Her ruminations are interrupted by a furious hiss. Sourback snarls a curse through her teeth and spits at Adalbert's smoking remains. Her left arm hangs limp and her face is mangled by shrapnel.
Lord Captain, we have a prisoner.
She points her weapon at the man standing hunched over in pain.
Permission to finish off the cur.
Down, with the tyrant.
The broad-shouldered initiate who calls himself Zeke clutches a deep wound, glaring at you with hatred.
Just Zeke. I have a question for you, traitor.
I doubt you'll like the answers.
You were serving the Nemesis for the cause or simply for money?
Zeke flashes you a bloody grin.
He promised us freedom.
Are there other senior officers helping you?
Officers? Ha. There is no one else among them who is pure. They only care about power and gorging themselves on the scraps you throw them, or else they would have long since turned against you.
Zeke can barely finish the sentence before he is beset by a torrent of gurgling coughs.
How many more mutineers are hiding in the ship?
The confessor said every compartment has people who fight for our cause. They promised to take me into the circle of our most devoted believers. Then I would know. But even then, I would tell you nothing, not even under torture.
I've learned all I need.
The initiate only looks at you sullenly.
They were waiting for us. It was a trap.
Yes, Lord Captain. Adalbert had been warned, yet he chose not to flee. Instead, he stayed behind to set a trap for us. Did he really believe this madness would succeed and he would somehow survive? He did not want to survive. His only hope was to kill. Nemesis managed to turn his adoptive father into a blade pointed squarely at the Damon's throat, just as Adalbert himself had once turned Nemesis into a weapon. Neither of them feared death.
Too much evidence points to Nemesis being a Kale or Morph, a special Xenos unit bred for subversion. A Kale or Morph utilizes the discontent of the masses and incites them to revolt, with the end goal of removing local rulers loyal to the Imperium and installing Gene Stealer cultists in their place. This creature wears the mask of a populist leader, one who inspires the mutinous rabble. It will not stop until one of you is dead, Harold.
Now that Zeke, let us decide what to do with our surviving traitor.
Do not kill him in vain.
Kibella shakes her head.
Those who follow the tenets of the web know that, just as we serve death, so too does it serve us. Allow the death of this man to become an instrument in your hands, Daman Harold. Pass off the traitor's body as that of Nemesis. Instill fear in his supporters. The enemy will be forced to act to undo this deception, exposing himself in the process.
What would that accomplish?
All warriors fight for something, be it fame, life, wealth, or their loved ones. Nemesis cares nothing for these things, he sacrifices his kin, scorns glory, and amasses no riches. I am sure he would gladly give up his own life if necessary. Nemesis fights for an idea, and so that is where we must strike. Make his idea bleed, and he will be obligated to respond. And whoever is forced to react instead of acting, dies.
We will do as Kybella proposes.
We will make certain that the lower deckers believe their hero to be dead. We will leave the body to hang for a good long while, that the hopes of the mutineers may rot along with the corpse. That is one traitor dealt with, Lord Captain, but how many more have been poisoned by the false confessor's heresy? A new spiritual shepherd must be appointed quickly to banish any mutinous thoughts sown by the traitor from the minds of the crew and to strengthen their faith and obedience. Without the ship's confessor, the rabble will begin to whisper that the Emperor has forsaken us, and such doubts will only play into the rebels' hands.
I trust the Bloodspun Wamp and grant the cult the honor of guiding the congregation against on our ship. The creed must be strictly observed for the vessel, since the voidsman. Yeah, no. Let the.
You honor us with this boon, Daman. I will relay your words to the Vizier so that he may choose someone worthy. I will send agents to every deck. The next time Nemesis rears his head, which, I am certain, will happen sooner rather than later, we will be one step ahead of him, and not the other way round.
Sourback staggers away, and your gaze turns to the motionless Kibella, staring at her own reflection within a pool of blood.
Is something wrong?
I am thinking about Nemesis, my adversary. The more I learn about him, the more I see a vague reflection of myself. A twisted reflection, perhaps, but all too familiar. Like me, he was forced to tread the path of servitude from an early age, stripped of anything that might stand in the way of duty, a champion and a zealot left with nothing but an idea, forged and tempered by his mentor.
Equate a true servant of the God Emperor with an apostate is heresy unto itself.
You may be right. Perhaps we are defined not by what we are, but by what we serve. Thank you for this insight, Damin.
Let the looting begin! Okay, so we got hammers, heavy armors. You know what? Those can go into cargo directly. Those can also go into cargo directly. We don't have any use for those. Manufactured swords can also go into cargo from now on. Okay.
The Imperium Invictum, the shards of an unknown Angevin crusade warrior's twin blades returned from pirate captivity by the grace of the Emperor.
I've got a sniper, rebel sniper rifle, fire retribution. That AoE though, that's so good. Anyway. Collect all. We pray in the blood.
Let us walk this path to the end.
Hey. We got that finished, that fixed. Okay. Void Bridge. How long have I been going at? We've been going at it for almost 2 hours. We are... Yeah, no. It's rough. Okay, we repair our ship. Is... You know what? Short range. Pick up the resources. Done everything we can there. Kiva Gamma, we've done everything we can. Dragonus, we can do that one. Not worth it though. Complacency, efficiency, productive. It's not worth that one at all. Everything is done here. No, we have the last one. Chemical people. So it's, do we want that one? Honestly, I think this one is the one to go for. I don't really want to waste that many people. How is Janus? Dragonus. monstrous servants. Know what? We're going this. Is this the fight? There is a boss fight with Void Station.
Lord Cap'n, the ship's cannons are fully primed. The station is well fortified and its inhabitants will probably attempt to fight back, but we are stronger. Do you command we attack this hotbed of genetic aberration?
Do you have a tactical recommendation?
I'd advise a decisive approach strategy. The station is well prepared for a long-range artillery duel. Rumor has it they traded with the explorators for improved macro cannon boosters and warheads whose spirits can adjust the flight of missiles. In a short-range battle, their guns will be less dangerous.
The mutant stronghold would fall. 2 arms. This is the last thing we're doing today, by the way. After this, we're saving. We're doing the event, we're saving, and then we're calling it. I need to go to bed in a reasonable time, so... What does that do? Oh, don't mind if I do. Okay. Ouch.
Double your efforts, you grog stains!
You know what? Doing this. We're going to load again. Why? Because I think we actually get less damage if we're inside the range. So we're going straight into the range of it. You're charging forward. We're moving up here. Nothing is within the range. Okay. That's one down. Then we jump in here. Being super aggressive might actually be the right option, honestly. Okay, so no luck there. Too bad. Yeah, that's dealing a lot less damage overall. I say that, but oh fuck, that hurt. That's probably the place I have the most shots to take. And that's switching around. What is that? That is the gunner position, right? Cannoneer, yeah. Okay. Increase the range. Oh, there's nothing really good for us to shoot anyway. It would be our left side we want to reinforce, yeah.
We broke their shield. Let's break their spirit.
Yes, tank some shots for us. So that... we fire that. Okay, and then just more torpedoes. The front. Yep. Take that out. If I go there, I can shoot that, and I can also shoot that. Okay, yeah. That's probably the best position we can be in. Shoot that. Make use out of that. Proc that. That should be enough to take care of it. Yeah. Okay, we leveled up. We took it out, leveled
Lord
up.
Cap'n, the resistance is broken, and the cleanup parties are landing on Heriaka's rim. What are your immediate orders?
Dogmatic. Destroy the station. Made this and become a Navy outpost. Okay, so that means we get 15 security. Oh, fuck. Search every nook and cranny for anything valuable and bring it back. The station should be full of caches packed with plunder.
The shuttles with trophies are already on their way to the flagship for unloading and inventorization. But what about the station itself? I dare say it is a more valuable asset than the recovered commodities.
Make sure none of the mutant survives.
Lord Captain, the enforcers have turned the station upside down, but found no trace of genetic aberration. They look like normal people, and their guts look just as normal. You were searching the compartments instead of checking out the life support systems. My crew knocked down a suspicious bulkhead and found an entire mutant lair behind it. Hold your tongue, Montig. Don't try to pass off a stroke of luck as competence. The vox relays the stamping of feet and unintelligible swearing. The master at arms's voice turns pensive. There is a lair, after all. But it is unimpressive somehow. All the symbols of their foul faith are simple, crude. A few sleeping bags, primitive weapons, a decrepit vox station, and almost no records of future planned actions. I was of the opinion that our previous foe posed a greater threat than this.
You know what? Yeah, no. Let's give it to the Void
Your
Pirates.
lordship truly knows how to make friends and maximize profits. I am sure the Fellowship of the Void will be delighted to know that you are the new master of the station. Lord Captain, the new station overseer greets you warmly and reports that under your patronage, trade on the station is going well, as evidenced by the reports sent to the High Factotum. The overseer also reports that the station has secured a lucrative The overseer states that your trade partners will greatly appreciate your good business. The overseer states that your trade partner. The overseer states that your trade partners will.
Okay. So that is now finished. Let's have a look here. We're going to the Bacter Bridge. Let's talk to the High Factotum. I keep forgetting you can actually talk to him and trade. You don't need to go back to Footfall. Let's make use out of that, because I never remember that.
The High Factotum Janris Danroke greets you with a cool smile and the merest hint of a bow.
Pleasure to see you, Lord Captain. How may I be of assistance?
Have you heard of the name Fire Reckoning from Ragenthal? It's some sort of mention in Theodora's documents I found.
Janris thinks for a moment, pursing his lips in concentration.
I am afraid it is not immediately familiar to me, your lordship. Please, allow me a moment.
He starts rapidly tapping on the screen of his data slate.
I say, House von Valancius did indeed sign a contract with the owners of a vessel with the designation Fiery Reckoning. There are transactions, records of the ship picking up cargo from Kiev Gamma. Well, this is odd. The data log ends there. Apparently, the ship had some interactions with one of the workshops on your industrial world. I beg your pardon, your lordship, but that is the extent of the assistance I can provide you in regard to this particular matter.
The curious mention from... Okay.
The High Factotum Janris Danroke greets you with a cool smile and the merest hint of a bow.
Pleasure to see you, Lord Captain. How may I be of assistance?
Some goods. Rice. Okay, didn't get enough there. Too bad. Not enough there either. Okay, so that's going to be it for us today. I want to wish everyone a good night, and I am probably going to be back tomorrow. Might be a short stream there as well, but yes, good night everyone.